He stands out prominently among those who shaped the headlines in 2017. He did not only beat candidates of established parties in the Chadondo East by-elections, but also went on record to declare his desire to lead the country. When we catch up with him to reflect on the year 2017, we ask him about that dream, the dream to be the chief executive of this nation.
The only difference from winners and losers is that when they wish things, they pronounce them and work towards them. However, you know, every Ugandan has a right to imagine anything. So, you will forgive me if my imagination is too, patriotic.
With a section of young people responding positively to his dream, we ask what message he has for those pushing to have his name on the presidential ballot.
I say to them that it is good to imagine things, but it's even better to work towards that imagination. We imagine a good country, but it does not take only me, it takes all of us. I want you to know that you can also be the Bobi wine and do that thing that you want me to do. You can also start by, having a group of friends who think the same, who take time to talk about this country, to discuss what you can do. You can start to organize your friends, and then by the time the drops add up, then we can do something as a country.
Before he crosses to that higher office, we engage him on his time in Parliament, months after he was elected.
Of course, lots of disappointments keep happening. The leaders that one used to look up to and emulate turn out to be absolute disgraces, and then the people that one used to take lightly turn out to be very strong and formidable people. Those are lessons of life. But it was, a stand that I took that I'm so proud of, that I would encourage anybody else, especially the young people, to take.
What moments stand out for him so far from the political spectrum?
I certainly will never forget the day Parliament was raided by soldiers. That stuck on my mind. It was, I think, the worst day in my life, being strangled for standing for the truth. But again, it made me make a resolve. Yeah, it opened my eyes to the kind of struggle that is ahead of us.
Critics have argued that his journey to politics killed the civic leader in him, the one who sent a positive message to those across the political divide. His reaction is different.
I think there comes a time when you have to put some action toward. I had inspired so many young men and women out there to get into music, and not only to just sing, but to edutain, to communicate through music. And you see them every day, very, very, cautious artists. I had to also encourage them to come into leadership by actually doing it. I always want to demonstrate other than explain. So that's why I took that move, and I believe I inspired so many young people out there. I wanted to create more leaders, not just me to be a leader. The best part of leadership is to create more leaders, but not to create followers. There were many young men out there just like you who are very intelligent, but probably shying away from positions of responsibility, or probably intimidated by the status quo. But if a person like me, who they've known from childhood, takes this stand, I demystify the aura around it.
With the year fast winding up, we ask him about the moments that defined 2017 through his lenses as a legislator.
We've just been slapped in the face. We've seen that one generation is determined to ruin the rest of our destiny. We have seen that the leaders that we thought would stand for our country are actually not interested in the future of this country. So if we know that this is our home and this is all we have, then we better fold our sleeves and get to work and start networking and start thinking and talking about this country.
Sabit Joseph, NBS, Live at 9.